Hello, my name is Annabelle Lightfoot, and this is my pitch for my ART104 3D model, in which I'm aiming to create a 3DS XL handheld console, as I think it'll be an achievable project that will still push me slightly out of my comfort zone, of which I can get through by talking to my peers and lecture for guidance. I'm using my own physical version of my 3DS as a reference so that I can have an in-person 360 view of all the different compartments. Here's some photos I took of it at different angles to show off the different buttons, joints, and other small details, including the stylus and card reader. I planned for my model to be slightly different than the one I own, to give myself some creative liberties, like colour and especially any graphic stickers. And here I've added a few different examples to show off. I want the model to be loved just as mine has, with the scratches and dents of being dropped on the floor and the universal scratches left by opening the lid over and over again. I may also include the game which is currently being played, shown on the cartridge on the back and the screen at the front, which would be The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. I still have a lot to learn about the 3D pipeline, but with some experimentation and practice in my own time, I hope to become more comfortable with the programs. So for modelling and sculpting the base of both my high and low poly models, I plan to use Maya, as it's what I've been taught to use. However, I do plan to look into Blender briefly, as it's been recommended to me for this project by my peers. Then I will use a ZBrush to sculpt any finer details, and Marmoset for baking and rendering, and Substance Painter for texturing. As previously mentioned, I still have a lot to learn for 3D, but I've planned to do plenty of research, practice, and talking to others when creating my model. But inexperience might still cause me some issues when I'm not sure what I'm doing, especially when it comes to navigating softwares. Then there are some classic issues such as files and programs giving up on you, which I'm going to prepare for by creating save points as I work with multiple files so I can go back and find what I need without losing work. It's also useful if I plan to create a timeline of my progress so that I can go back and see earlier versions of my final. There's also the smaller issue of not having all the programs I need on my personal computer, which will require me to come into the university, if not in class, in my spare time if I can make any, which may possibly slow down my progress if I am unable to come in for any reason. And thank you for listening, and goodbye.